Come here now.
All right, Mom.
Susan, what is this? Who do you think you are?
Chill out, Mom. And my name is Starshine, and that is my dope.
And when is the consumption of drugs ever okay, you good-for-nothing tree humper? You are doing absolutely nothing with your life and betraying your conservative roots.
Life is about being happy. I have the if it feels good, do it type of attitude, and there's no stopping me. Peace, love, and happiness. Whatever, I'm gonna go get a drink.
Time to get some sanity into her.
Conservatism in the 60s was characterized by deep adherence towards religion and traditional beliefs, an aversion to communism, and the desire to keep the conformity of the 50s. The counterculture erupted due to the bellicose patriotism of the conservatives. The 60s was a time when traditional values began to break down among the young, leading to a counterculture filled with young activists.
Whoa! What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I feel so weird. What am I wearing? The hippie movement is so stupid.
Chill, bro.
I need some fresh air. My head just feels so weird. My non-conservative friends. I'm gonna go say hello.
Groovy, it's Starshine.
What's happening?
Hey, give me some skin.
First of all, Starshine, that's not my name. Call me my real name, Susan.
Whoa, Starshine. I mean, Susan. What happened?
I've gone back to my conservative roots. It's more ethical than you pot smoking, LSD doing, tree freaking huggers.
Girl, get your head out of the gutter. You are not thinking straight. What should we do to fix this girl's problem?
I think we need to cure the soul with music.
I think I know someone that can help you.
Who?
Follow me.
Now, Starshine, let me tell you something about music, about rock and roll. Don't you remember the good old days listening to CCR, Elvis, Led Zeppelin, Janis Joplin, and Grateful Dead? Let the good times roll with rock and roll, my friend.
Our 60s rock finds its roots in the classic rock and southern blues, but has a twist with more aggressive tones and delivery. The hard rock vocalists categorized themselves with raspy, high-range voices. A majority of hard rock represented resentment, protest, and anger, portrayed by the smashing of instruments and angry tones of their voices, and often associated with a rebellious, youth, and anti-authoritative demeanor. This was caused by the revolutionary change going on in society and events such as the assassination of JFK, the Cold War, the sexual revolution, and the Vietnam War.
Yeah, I totally forgot how cool rock was, so I took my hair out. Thanks for showing me, Rock.
Yeah, I got you.
We're not done yet though, Starshine. I want you to meet my surf rock friend.
Hey ladies, I'm about to bring back your surf rock memory. This is my friend Phillip. He's a
And I'm gonna bring back the psychedelic times.
Surf rock was really big in the early to mid 60s. With mostly instrumental dance tracks, it consisted of heavy guitars and reverb sounds. Most of the songs focused on surfing, which then evolved to cars, girls, and normal teenage antics with SoCal vibes. The most influential surf rock bands are the Beach Boys, the Zarifis, and the Champs. However, the surf rock scene was slowly overtaken by the British invasion. In the mid to late 60s, psychedelic music came into the eyes of the public through artists like Jimi Hendrix, The Grateful Dead, Pink Floyd, and Jefferson Airplane. A lot of music was inspired by LSD. LSD is a hallucinant drug that became widely popular in the 60s, particularly in San Francisco. It was largely associated with the hippie counterculture, Summer of Love, and the large emergence of hallucinant drugs. The music was usually written and performed under the influence, with reference to drugs, their trips, and the use of strange instruments. Most of the psychedelic sounds were influenced by Eastern and Indian music.
Thanks for bringing back my surf rock roots. And thanks for bringing back my psychedelic roots.
No problem. I'm gonna introduce you to my friend who knows all about R&B.
Let me take you through Motown and R&B. Now don't tell me you've never heard of the Temptations, Sam Cooke, the Miracles, the Jackson 5, Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, the Supremes, or Smokey Robinson.
We are in the midst of the Civil Rights Movement, and Motown and R&B play a major role in the integration of society. Motown began as a Detroit-based record label, but it evolved and became popular worldwide. Motown uses tambourines with backbeat, guitars, and soul singing, which is essentially an evolved and glorified gospel music sound. Motown and R&B are mostly made up of African-American artists, breaking the color barrier as their popularity grew. The Motown movement paved the way for 60s black R&B artists. R&B evolved from a variety of old gospel, jazz, and spiritual music. However, 60s R&B had more rhythm, blues, and a heavier gospel influence.
Thanks for bringing back my Motown and R&B roots.
No problem.
Starshine, I want to introduce you to my friend who knows all about folk rock and protest music.
You're almost 100% back with us. You remember Bob Dylan, Simon and Garfunkel, Phillip Oakes, Buffalo Springfield, and Gordon Lightfoot? Their songs are legendary. Peace, love, and anti-racism and militarism. During the mid-60s, folk rock rose in popularity, and a lot of it was inspired by the protest movements resulting from events like the Vietnam War, the Civil Rights Movement, and the longing for peace. Unlike traditional folk rock songs, protest music had a message rather than just being confined to its sound and catchiness. Also, many popular artists of other genres made protest songs based on their own beliefs, because protest music could be inclusive of all music styles. The message is what mattered the most. Protest music and folk rock were intertwined with the hippie movement, because both were heavily influenced by peace, equality, freedom, and love.
Thanks for bringing back my protest music and folk rock roots.
No problem.
So Susan.
Who's Susan? I'm Starshine.
Starshine, I want to introduce you to my friend who will teach you all about the British invasion.
All right.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste, otherwise known as Mick Jagger. Come over here and regain your British roots, ladies. You remember listening to the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, the Who, the Yardbirds.
We're currently making our way through American culture with many rock and pop bands from Great Britain finding major successes over here in the US. Many of these British bands began covering American songs and they became more popular, released their own songs. They helped globalize rock and roll. The immersion of British bands arguably marked the end of the pre-Motown vocal girl groups, instrumental surf rock, teen idols, and folk revival. Also, a lot of British bands was influenced by current American events like the Civil Rights Movement, Vietnam War, and psychedelic drugs. For example, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds by the Beatles.
Thanks, Mick Jagger, for teaching me all about the British invasion.
No problem, brown sugar.
Starshine, it's so good to have you back. There's this festival in upstate New York called Woodstock, and everyone's waiting for us. Let's go.
Okay.
Come on, guys, let's get in the back. We need to go.
Hey, how's it going?
People try to put us to down. Talking about my generation. cause we get around. Talking about my generation. I say through it all. Talking about my generation. I hope I die before I get old.
Woodstock was a music festival held in New York in the summer of 1969. A total of 400,000 people gathered together to listen to 32 different acts, with Jimi Hendrix as the closing. The Woodstock Festival is seen as a pivotal moment in history as it enlarged the countercultural movement. The music of the 1960s helped to articulate and explore the concerns and interests in society as a whole. Artists sought to escape the realities of the 60s by immersing themselves fully through drugs to achieve a sense of relief and freedom. Woodstock became the symbol for young people's rebellion against traditional values.
We have time for a starting page.